Yo, have you heard about the Anchor app? It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Yo, no cads. Yeah, I'm serious. No, not delirious. Let me explain the functions. Number one, it comes complimentary. Are you hearing me? That means the Anchor app is free. We got all the functions necessary. Creation tools is what they call it now. Makes it super easy to edit your podcast. Yeah, even from your pocket. Straight from your phone or your PC. It don't matter, it's still free. Anchor will distribute, you ain't gotta do a thing. And they're making sure you could be heard on all the major streams. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, yeah, we got that. Many more, go ahead, explore. If you're finna make the dough, wanna let you know you can make it all here. Live your dream as an anchor for show, for free. No education further, with no minimum listenership. Yeah, you got that correct. Whatever you need, we got all you can see. To make a podcast as easy as 1, 2, and 3. Download the free Anchor app to get started. You can also go to anchor.fm. Let's get you top charted. Back to the show. Yeah, we gonna get it poppin'.
You're in the mix.
SKM presents Strictly for the Music Podcast. You are now live with the #1 podcast for all upcoming artists worldwide.
It's the real deal.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. This is Strictly for the Music Podcast. I'm your host, SKN. And that's just a guy live and direct. Is a MC from Sioux City, Iowa. Raised in Winnebago, Nebraska. Started music in 2002. Open acts for Little White and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to OG BAE.
Hey. What up? Hey, man, thank you for letting me be on your podcast. This is going to be my very first time being on a podcast, and it feels pretty good, man. I was a little bit nervous coming into it, but you know, we had a little hiccup, but you know, I feel good now. I'm gonna tell before you start your questions, I'm gonna tell you what happened yesterday, man. Me and Mobson was cruising around, and we was bumping his tape. Or not tape, his CD, his show disc. He put these songs together so he could perform live. He's gonna have a show on October 11th at Whiskey Dick's in Sioux City. So if you're listening to this and you listen to Mob Scene or OG BAE, hopefully you guys show up and let's get lit. Wear a mask, even though a lot of people don't wear a mask out in bars nowadays. If anybody ever went out to bars lately, nobody wears no mask. Last time I went out to a bar, I wore a mask and I felt like an outcast. Nah, but it's true though. But if you're listening, wear a mask to my show because we're going through an outbreak right now. But anyways, we was cruising the back roads of where we're at, just listening to this show disc that he has, and we parked at this place called the Alligator Tree and stepped out for a bit, smoke a cigarette because he don't allow smoking cigarettes in his car. He hates the smell of cigarettes. That shit makes him feel like he wants to regurgitate or something. So we stepped out and I was looking and I seen this light. It looked like a flashlight at first, and I was like, that's too big to be a flashlight on top of a hill. Plus that light's hovering like 10 to 20 feet above the ground, and I'm like, what the heck? It was kind of purple, it was kind of red, and it was also kind of like white. So I was like, what is that about? And it was like moving around. So I told Marlon about it. He's like, yeah, I see that too. I don't know what it is. And we start feeling like, I usually don't get no weird vibes about anything like being out in the back roads, just chilling. But I had some weird vibes and I was like, man, we better go before we see something. So we headed out and like, that's what we saw. It might've been a UFO or it might've been a skinwalker. I don't know. Something weird though. That's what we saw. And then we start getting a hold of you after that.
Hell yeah, dog.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
That's dope, bro. So, man, where do you want to start at, big dog? You want to start by plugging in your Instagram and all that stuff, big dog?
Yeah, my Instagram is hopefully I could I don't really got it on tap right now. I really have to go to it Yeah, it's still connected. That's cool. My Instagram is
Description, big dog.
yeah, it's just Jay Sickett with 2 Ks. JAYSIKKIT. That's my Insta.
Oh yeah, dog.
I usually just get on Facebook. I actually had a Facebook account. 100 and like in 2000, I want to say 2013 or something.
You're cutting out, big dog.
But she created for me, and I was a curator for it, and she didn't want to see the things on it, so she accidentally deleted it. She didn't mean to. Didn't want to see that no more. So, I don't got a Facebook, like a fake Facebook page, like a page you can follow, but I have a Facebook page, like a regular person one.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
Oh yeah, big dog. So man, give us a little bit backstory about how you became in music, dog, and what inspired you to start making music.
I started making music in 2000. I want to say 2002, and it started from my friend who was on your podcast earlier. That was Mob Scene, who I was cruising around with yesterday. He's been my friend since we was like 7 or 8, or something like that. Then like 7th and 8th grade, we found this disc. That was when back in the day, everybody just listened to like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, Christina Aguilera. That's when that was hot. Like nowadays, it's way different. It's like a whole lot of things that you shouldn't be listening to right now. But back in the days, it was just a lot of pop music. And if you listen to like rock music, you was like either like a goth or just like some people looked at you crazy. Like at the time, I listened to a little bit of DMX, but I only listened to it in headphones because that was back in the day when your parents wouldn't let you listen to cuss words. But yeah, I found a disc at Marlon's house because he lived next door. I was just digging around, and like in the living room, he had a closet, and I seen a bunch of CDs up there, and I grabbed one, and I was like, let's listen to this. And it was Old Dirty Bastard, that song, "Oh Baby I Like It Raw, Oh Baby I Like It Raw," and we was listening to that. So the next day I heard a new thing. I was only, I don't know how old middle schoolers are, but that's how old I was, and I was in the classroom saying, "Oh Baby I Like It Raw," and teachers looking at me all sideways and, "What are you saying that for?" And I was like, I didn't even know it was bad, but it sounded cool. So I was like, man, I want to start making stuff like this. Or I just liked it. I just appreciated it at the time. And then probably like fast forward like a couple months, we actually found like a disc that had beats on it from Marlon's brother, Aaron. His name is Aaron. I'm trying to think of his last name. Anyways, his rap name is OG Fat D's, but he was rapping back in the 90s. And like, yeah, we found his rap disc, which it was just a bunch of Wu-Tang Clan beats. And I put it in. Well, I asked Marlon if I could borrow it. He let me borrow it, and I took it home. And then that very same night, I made a like little 3-track mixtape, which is like, I made a song called "I'm Twisted." I made a song called "Maniac Killer," because at the same time, I had these cousins that they listened to some pretty crazy music, and they showed me Insane Clown Posse. That was a weird time because like there was actually like in high school, it was weird because either you listen to ICP or you listen to Eminem, and there's like a feud, and it's like it kind of got ugly sometimes there. It was weird, but yeah. So when I started rapping, I made like horrorcore sounding music. Like I talk about like hitting people with a hatchet, like just being crazy and stuff. Just that was kind of like a little bit of my influence. That Wu-Tang Clan was like helped me shape my flow or whatever, my cadence and all that. And then I just really didn't. I was just a little kid, man, and I was making rap music, and I was like, what can I make besides just what I have in my imagination by listening to like horrorcore music, like Insane Clown Posse. So that's the type of stuff I recorded, and we made the first group we started, me and Marlon together. It was called, which stood for Native Serial Killers, and there's still discs like out in this reservation where I live at. They're like somewhere deep in the darkest corners where you could find like a CD with about, I think it might have been like 14 songs or something. The group was just 2, and then a little bit after, I think in the summertime after we started, the next year, like before we were freshmen, somebody else joined us. They was in middle school too. His name was Thomas, but his rap name was Tommy Blaze. At the time, my rap name was Maniac Killer, and Marlon's, his was always Mob Scene. He hasn't changed it since like middle school. It was always Mob Scene. I changed my rap name like too many times. And then one time they wanted me to change my rap name to OD, original Don. It stood for, because I'm the one that created that little cassette tape that I recorded. I recorded it on a cassette player with the CD, and I played the beats through the speakers and recorded with the cassette off the microphone that's on the actual boombox. So that's where I started making music. I think I might have been like 13, 14. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog. Fucking karaoke machines did it back in the day.
Yeah, man. That was like a friend that had something like that. That and some like, what the hell was one thing? Those there was a lot of weird shit you could play with back in the day. Nowadays, everyone just plays on their phone. They don't even go out the house. People don't even got no best friends anymore. You know what I mean?
I know. Their best friends are phone, dog.
Hey, yo, that's the truth. Like, yeah, it's hard. Even nowadays, being like my age, because like actually I'm pretty old, man. I'm gonna be 32 next month. I've been making music for a very long time. Like I just never really want in the limelight, so I just really made music as my journal, and like just to get stuff off my chest. You know what I mean? Like built up anxiety, built up anger and all that.
Hell yeah. So give us a little bit detail on how you come up with the name OG BAE.
OG BAE, I think I came up with that name in 2015, and it's a funny story because I was no. This is when I wanted to change my name, because I had this show. It was I was performing by myself. I think I had like, let's see, this had to be my second time performing solo, but I performed at this Mexican bar. It's like a restaurant too. It's called Ranchito in South Sioux City. And anyways, I did my set, and then I came outside, and at the time my name was JC, because my middle name is Craig. My first name is Joseph, so it's like, why not JC? It might be original. No, maybe nobody has that. The JAYCEE. And then anyways, I go outside, smoke a cigarette after my set, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, I like how you sound, man. That sounds pretty good. Your flow is pretty fast." I was like, "Oh man, thanks, man." I was like, "My name is JC." He's like, "Yeah, I know. Mine is too." I was like, "What? Your name's JC?" It's like, "How you spell it?" JAYCEE. And ever since then, I was like, "Man, I gotta change my shit." So like, I had that alias JC that at the end of 2000, that might have been December 2014, like February, March, I changed it to, in 2015, I changed it to OG BAE. And then this is actually funny because I think Madden, it might have been Madden 16 or something, when it moved to Xbox One. And then there was Odell Beckham Jr. on there. Remember him? He was on the cover. He was on the cover of Madden. And so I was playing Madden with my brother Samuel, and then I threw it over the top to somebody, and then I was like, let's go. And then he caught it. He caught it like over like two defenders. Like, oh fuck yeah, OG BAE. I was gonna remember they call him OBJ.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham Jr., but I said OG BAE. And then Sammy's like, what the heck, OG BAE? And I thought about it, I was like, damn, that kind of sounds cool. So I was like,
Oh yeah, dog.
I start trying to put it together, and I was like, what the OG BAE? And I start thinking about what it means to be like Native American in a sense that we were here before in Native America, not Native America, America before anybody else was. And that, as along with the way that I've always made music like try to make it sound original. I never want to sound like anything else. And so OG stands for original, and BAE stands for before anything else. It's actually like just like a representation of being me as being a Native American, and me being as a original creator, like just making everything and try to find my own lane and never try to sound like anything else, really. So that's what OG BAE stands for. And
hell yeah, dog. That's dope, bro.
Yeah,
Man, hey, what's up?
When I first put my name, as everybody was tripping on Facebook, they're like, OG BAE, what's that mean? And then like at the time I think it was at the same time I was going through a little like a breakup or whatever. Why are you calling yourself OG BAE? And it had nothing to do with that. But, people was trying to think I was trying to. They forgot I made music and shit. Or I guess I don't know. But it was. Let me ask you this, dog.
Back in 2002, when you were making music, were you the only Native American rapping?
No, I'm glad you asked this question, because it brings up something in my memory, which is actually, and part of it's pretty sad, because this year that person that made me believe that I could be a rap artist passed away. Actually, I think Marlon talked about it in your last podcast. His name is, but his rap name is 20 Twin. Okay, I started lifting weights. I used to be a swole ass dude. Like right now, I think the quarantine got to me, man. I probably put on about 20, 25 pounds, 30 pounds, just like staying home and not doing nothing. I just haven't been doing anything. But I was down in the basement at my cousin's house, the ones that I told you about earlier that listen to ICP.
Yeah.
I was down there and we was hitting weights, like just lifting, because they had a basement. That's when lifting weights was like, you either, like, nobody lifted weights back in 2002. It was like you had to be like kind of like a tough guy to lift weights, you know what I mean? Like nowadays everybody lifts weights. That's kind of different now that I think about it. But yeah, we was lifting weights, and then out of nowhere there's this dude. He's like pretty built. He's like just has a tank top on him. Boom, 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 boom. He starts knocking out reps. And this is the time when I was listening to like Wu-Tang Clan, and we was probably bumping like ICP on the tape deck or whatever. They did have a karaoke machine. That's what they listened to music to, and we'd be lifting weights. This is before supplements were even made. So we was doing that, and boom, boom, boom. He was going off, and he got up. And then one of my cousins, he gets up, and he's like, hey, Jojo. That's what they call me, Jojo. Hey, man, this is your cousin from Omaha. His name's Dion. He makes music. You like rap, don't you? I was like, yeah, I like rap. And he's like, listen to this. Go ahead, Dion, do it. Then, damn, he just started busting out a freestyle like out of nowhere. And then it sounded cool as fuck. And I was like, holy shit, this is a native making rap music? I was like, man, what the hell? It was like blew my mind, because like I never heard a rap artist that was native before, other than Lightfoot. I think Lightfoot might have been there at the time. Fucking Indian in the Cupboard. Remember that guy?
No, bro, never heard of it.
There's a native rapper called Lightfoot. Him star as the native in a movie called Indian in the Cupboard. It's a crazy movie, bro. You should check it out.
All right. Yeah.
It probably first native rapper I ever seen. He was in that movie. But anyways, yeah, Dion busts out that freestyle, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell? You make music? He's like, yeah, put that tape on. He already had a CD and he put it on, and it sounded cool as fuck. He was in a rap group called Young and Greedy in Omaha. And yeah, that's where I first started thinking like, god damn, I could probably fucking rap too. So I did, probably about a couple months after.
Oh yeah, no, that's what's up, man. So man, how did you start creating your music? Like, what was the process like when you were writing your music or you were recording?
My process has always been the same process. I try to make it organic as I can. Like I don't even know how to write bars. I know that there's a way that you could set it up where you could like actually put lines where your bars go, or put like I've seen people's like rhyme books where they have lines like already set out where they're gonna put their words at and everything. And I just never I just always went with the beat. So I would always play the beat and then I would write to the beat. And then like it evolved a little bit, like where I would listen to the beat and I wouldn't freestyle to it, but I would like kind of like and then and then and then I put words to it like back up in this bitch be here. What did they done? What they gonna do now? That's the process I started now. Like just because the way that you can record now has progressed, you could just easily boom put your mumble there, listen to what you're gonna, and then you could just lay it down and it sound fresh. Because like I think a lot of the best music lately has been organically made. I can't really sit on songs. Like if I start working on a song, that'll be scrapped. I had to finish it like right away, because it's like I had to be in a set mood to be able to make a full like if I start a song, don't finish it, and I'll go back to it, I won't be in a mood anymore. I just got to let it go. So that's been my process. My earlier process is just writing to the beat. And it's like feeling the beat. It's all the beat though. I've never recorded it. Well, I made one song. Just I could only think of one song where I wrote the lyrics before I put it to anything.
Hell yeah, dog. That's what's up. Hey, so let me ask you this, man. Give us a little bit of detail about what is it? Underground Chiefs?
Huh?
Underground Chiefs, UGC?
Oh no, those are them boys, them guys from Macy. Which yeah, shout out Underground Chiefs, man. Hope you guys keep doing your thing. We was trying to get them on this, talk to you, or I think Marlon was trying to hook up with them guys, try to get them to get a hold of you to be on here. But they sound really good. My
go ahead, man. My bad.
my group was NSK, and then it went from NSK to Enzo Click, and then Enzo Click it was always 3. Then at one point it was 4. And then after it was no NSK was 3, and then at one point it was 4, and then Enzo Click. One time we had 6 people in Enzo Click. The 2 members that were there for a couple songs, it had to be like 2009, 2010. Was there was shout out Gentry. His alias was Gentry Lee, and then Lewis. Well, people call him Luda, but his alias was Slow Down, and I think we made like 4 or 5 songs, something like that. But it was always Mob Scene. My name changed from Maniac Killer, OD while I was in NSK, and then in Enzo Click I was always just JC. It was like Mob Scene, JC, Tommy Blaze. It was just us 3. And then after Enzo Click, then that was it. We all went our separate ways. Everybody wants us to get back together. Well, I don't. Certain people say that. Certain people that like our old shit, they want us to make. I always wanted to make songs together. I actually made like 2 tracks this year with Tommy Blaze. He got out of jail and came to he got out of jail and he's like knocking on my basement door. And we talked for a bit, and then he jumped on a track. Then a little bit like this was like during the quarantine too. During the shutdown, he came through and we dropped another one just on my SoundCloud. And then me and Marlon made songs. 2019 we made 2 songs, but we haven't really been making any music lately together. We all went our separate ways. I don't think Thomas actually made any songs by himself.
Dope, man, dope. So, man, let me ask you this, big dog. So back in 2002, bro, man, you've been doing music, bro. How do you think your sound evolved from then to now?
I think my sound just evolved from just learning the fundamentals of back in 2002. I was just doing that boom bap, the fundamentals like I was talking about earlier. Like a lot of people that make music or start thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make music. They gotta jump on those fundamentals right off, like how Wu-Tang did it, like how Biggie did it. Biggie did it probably the best, and like people like that where you just don't do alternative, just try to figure out your flow first, and that's what I was doing back in the early 2000s. Then come 2010 or 2009, 2010, my music changed because I really don't really listen. I wasn't really listening to rap music like in general. I would listen to Tech Nine and see Tech Nine and who else would I listen to? Yeah, just Tech Nine. Like I listened to Head PE, they kind of rap a little bit, but then I mostly listened to like alternative rock. So I wanted to make like alternative rock music, and that's around the same time when Kid Cudi came out, 2009, 2010. So I kind of had that kind of vibe, that like that kind of spacey vibe, or like how you say it, where you're just kind of got that rhythm, trying to get the rhythm rather than just a straight flow. Like it changed, like in those years, 9, 10, 11, 12, I was making like that kind of music. Then
That's what's up,
I
big
think
dog.
I think the best time I ever made music was in 2013, 14. I got into a car accident in 2012, and I had a severe brain injury, and it was in May. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was either in March or May. And like that whole summer, I was just like off, like just off. I hit my head, and I just couldn't sleep at night, and I just don't. That whole summer felt like a dream. And then cut to like September of 2012, I got locked up. I went to jail, and I was in jail looking at time in the penitentiary. And I ended up going to a halfway house, and yeah, I was really bad off. I had an addiction to medication. I just fucking just slammed 2 days. Prescription like doing really bad. And I was shit. I was drinking a lot and just like not even sleeping. I was like, because one of the symptoms of a severe brain trauma is insomnia and a personality change. Like you're just not you. And then I came out of it like when I was in treatment, like halfway through treatment. I went to treatment, and the first thing I thought of treatment is when they let me get out on my break, I'm gonna go to the convenience store or whatever. I'm gonna fucking get myself a bottle and I'm gonna hit the road and I'm gonna be out this bitch. I was like, fuck all this shit. And then while I was gonna do that, that's when I just came back and I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? Why the hell was I thinking like this? And everything just started like snapping back to regular. I think it was because I wasn't on anything at the time. I was completely sober probably for like 2 months prior because I was in jail, and then I got out. I was probably like treatment for like 20 days when that finally hit me. And then like my counselors and everything, they was like seeing a change in me, and it was like, man, you seem way different than when you got here. It's like miraculous. We didn't think he was gonna be like that. We was thinking we was just gonna recommend you go back to jail rather than go to a halfway house, just because of your personality. We could really see a big change in it. And if you're acting right now, you're doing a goddamn good job at it. And I was like, damn, what the fuck was going on with me at the time? But that's something what I like to reach out to your listeners and whoever's listening. If you've had a friend or a family member that had a traumatic brain injury, don't be mad at them for the way that they're acting, because that is something that is a symptom. People change personalities and they're just not the same, but they can come back and they could be who they were before. you just gotta help them and be with them and understand them at the time, and just make sure that they don't do anything bad or fuck themselves up by just doing risky shit, which I was doing. There's something I did when I was hanging off this fucking tower with one arm, just hanging off that fucker backwards, and sometimes I'll think about it before I go to sleep, and I'll just wake up and cringe, and I'll be wide awake like, holy fuck, I was doing that shit. And then this friend who we was hanging out. It was a dumb night, but he had that on camera, but he lost that footage. But yeah, man, my best era of making music had to be after that. I was in a halfway house for like 4 or 5 months, and I was sober for a whole year, and I got back on a mic, and I just start recording good fucking music. Like my raps, the way I was formulating songs is just like, they was just coming to me. Like I just put the pen to the pad, and it just kept going and going and going. Like I wouldn't even. It's like I never had to pause and say, well, this rhymes with this, or does this rhyme with this, or does this make sense? Like I was just making music to the best of my ability. Then I started drinking again. But yeah, then after that, like 15, 16, 17, 18, I was always just coming back to it and just doing it just because I felt like wanted to make different music and shit. And then today, my music is I think it's okay. It's not my best, but I know that I can eventually make better music if I just continue to work on it. Maybe get a better setup. I've been recording off my microphone, the one that I'm talking to you on right now. My headphone microphone. There's this app. It's called Rap Chat, and it's basically like a DAW on your phone. You could make music off that. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, though. Big shout out to Rap Chat. I know a couple cats off Rap Chat, man.
I sent you my link on there. If you're listening, that link is pretty. I got a couple good songs on my Rap Chat.
So let me ask you this, OG BAE, you been working off a DAW off your phone to make music?
Well, recently, I want to put a shout out to my homie that I sold my mic to. He's got a gaming channel, ATR Neiman Gaming, NIEMAN Gaming. It's on YouTube. But I sold him my mic. I had a USB mic. I think I paid like $180 for it. It's a Yeti. What the heck was it called?
Those nice ass mics, dog. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I had that, and I also had Adobe Audition.
Hell yeah.
That's the DAW I was using. But it was clipping out on me, so I just stopped fucking with it. I want to get something more legitimate, so I've I kind of been dependent on that Trump stimulus when I have like a lot of extra money to actually invest into a good system or a good setup to record. But I just been really just using Rap Chat to just stay keen and stay sharp, and like I think I could get better on Rap Chat, and then when I go back to studio or home studio, however I make it, I want to build a booth too. Whenever tax season comes in, I'm gonna tax out, get the studio going, get it rolling, get the booth, and then start sounding legit. I got all of the things that I want to buy recommended to me from my friend that passed away this year. He sent me everything. It was actually last year he sent me all these messages of every single studio thing that he thinks is the best to date. A lot of the good mics and the preamps and all that.
That's dope, dog. Hell yeah. So let me ask you this, man. Well, with all the music that you've recorded, where can everyone find your music, and how do they get a hold of your music, man?
Yeah, I'm here, so just trying to call me.
You can find
my music. It's cool. You can find my music on SoundCloud. You can find my music on Rap Chat, which hopefully there are no links on the description of this podcast. You can also find some of my music on YouTube. and all of those all those channels are like all different in the content that I have on there. They all have different sounds, which is actually crazy. But like most of my music goes to SoundCloud. I have a lot of songs on there, and not really right now because I haven't updated my premium on SoundCloud. So like when you don't have that, you can't have your full catalog on there. You still?
Yeah, big dog. You're cutting out a little bit, but we're still here, homie.
Yeah. That's how you can find my music. And I also have a what is it called? There's that other one too, SoundClick. I have SoundClick as well, but I don't even really mess with that.
Damn, dog. That's old school like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Man, I remember that age, dude. I remember being in high school on that motherfucker looking for beats and shit, dog.
SoundClick, and then there's that other one, what the Reverb Nation? Yeah, that's old too.
Yeah. All right, big dog. Well, man, what is your newly released single? Let everybody know where they can find it, dog. Yo, what's poppin', big dog?
Yeah, it just cut off, man. I know what you was gonna ask me. My newly released music was actually, it's called it's a SoundCloud song, not a SoundCloud. It's a Rap Chat song.
Rap Chat. So, what is your handle on Rap Chat, big dog?
It's 420.
Oh hell yeah, OG BAE 420.
Sorry, those numbers always get mixed up. It's OG BAE
402. Hell yeah.
It's an area code.
Oh man, I appreciate you coming on this podcast, man, because you know what? By the looks of it, dog, you've been putting in a lot of work, bro. And you know what, man? I want to see the best for you. So let me ask you this, big dog. What are your goals in 2020? What are you trying to accomplish this year, big dog?
2020, I'm trying to get back into shape. I want to be able to run about a couple miles at least without getting out of breath. Because goddamn, I got out of shape from the quarantine. But I really just want to continue working, and whenever I get time, work on my music, and really just overall just take care of my daughters, and keep providing for them, keep doing what I'm doing, keep them going to school and keep them safe, and just taking precautions with everything going out with the virus and all that. And then that's a good question actually, because I don't even really have goals rather than just being in shape.
Like you ain't got no music videos you want to shoot, no projects you got coming out, or any collab?
I just really want to continue to support my bro Mob Scene, because he's really doing it up this year. He's doing pretty good, and I just want to like really fully support him with everything, like help him share his music and all that. And really, whenever I get next year is probably going to be when I'm able to start really creating music. Like right now I'm just messing around with music, not really messing around with music. I'm making music, but I'm just using it to sharpen my skills. But I'm building a project that I haven't recorded yet, but it's there. I have these songs that I want to make and put together on an actual DAW and like an actual little studio setup with the booth and all that. And I want to mix it and master it and get it to like how Mob Scene does it. He's helping me out with all that and teaching me all the ways of how to get my shit on like iTunes, Spotify, and all that. Like he knows all that. He's pretty good at marketing and everything like that.
Hell yeah, dog. That's dope, bro. Hell yeah.
Next year during tax season is when it's gonna be
popping, huh?
I'm gonna start. And yeah, I wanna start writing scripts or whatever, or writing just like scripts, or how to visualize of like visuals for Marlon's music videos and stuff, like help him with everything like that, because he doesn't need to have music videos, because that's, I think a lot of times when artists blow up is because they got a music video.
Yeah, and it's dope as fuck.
Like actual music video.
Yeah, bro.
And I have a lot of crazy ideas for that. I wanna. Is it cool if I shout some people out?
Bro. You just do whatever you want. This is your episode, dog.
Okay. Hey, shout out Dead Beats, Steven Edwards. He's a producer. He sounds really dope. He knows how to make beats. He makes that off he doesn't even make it off a DAW. He just makes it off these little apps and he puts it together and he makes that shit sound lit. Shout out to Frosty Clips. He's a filmographer and creates awesome visuals for he made visuals for the 2015 I want to say state basketball team for Winnebago, and it's lit. And he makes skate videos and all that. But his name is Austin Scott. He's pretty cool. And then shout out to Ira Rave. He's the operator at my work. He does that shit and keeps it going. We have a lot of good progress at our work even through the quarantine. And shout out to Wilbur Decor. Keep doing them freestyles, man. Maybe one day we could get in the stew and kick a little bit of these freestyles off. And shout out to OG Bobby Johnson, my uncle. He's actually my baby's mother's uncle, but he's my uncle too. Shit, he's cool as fuck. He's a teacher up in Sioux Falls, Native American Studies. And shout out to Skylar Snowball, my brother. He's got 2 Ks, and I just wrote down Sky with 2 Ks. That's my brother, man. He knows how to rap too, but he don't really fuck with rapping. Like, he knows how he could bust a freestyle out of nowhere. Shout out to Mondo. He's cool as fuck, man. He's doing his thing, man, keeping his family strong and just keeping it together, man. Shout out to you, man. And shout out to OGD, who is actually, his name is Derek Littlebear. He was my coworker. I got him on the job. And you're going to find your way, bro. Everything's going to be good, man. Everything's going to be good, man. Just keep pushing and moving forward, bro. And then get your Cash App set up so we can get that $10 shit. And anyways, shout out to Marne. She's cool as fuck. I share her my music. She likes it. She puts input on it. Shout out to 50 Bub. He records too. His name is actually Dustin. He's cool as fuck. And then I shouted them out before. ATR NIEMAN Gaming. That's ATR Neiman Gaming. He has a gaming channel on Facebook, and he doesn't ever win on there. Nah, he plays Call of Duty Warzone. I don't know if he wins or not. I never watched him win, but shout out him. Go follow that page. And then last of all, shout out to Strictly for the Music, man. This is probably the coolest podcast that I heard of, because this is the first podcast I was ever able to get on, and like, man, shout out to you for giving people that platform.
Hell yeah, big dog, you already know.
Yeah, man. I hope you continue to do this, man. Hope we could have some more.
Yeah, big dog, you already know.
Chats.
So let's go right here, big dog. So man, you say that you didn't openly ask for Little White and Bone Thugs in the Harmony. Can you describe and give us a little bit detail about how this happened?
Yeah, there was this promoter named Scott. His name was Scott Lampkins, and he's an all right promoter. You know, he makes his artists sell the tickets, because it's kind of like one of them one schemes where he schedules the artist, and the artist asks for this money to be on there, and then so he has local acts go around and gather the money by selling tickets. And this is probably the reason from the departure of me and Enzo Click. And me and Marlon kind of had a falling out after that show, because I sold all the tickets. But then I can't really blame Marlon either, because he was going through some shit at the time, you know. But at the time I was just a kid, you know. 2012 I was like 22 or 23 or some shit like that. This was actually in 2012 too. Both of these shows were. And then I sold all the tickets, and then I only had one song on there. So I was like, I just felt a way, just like being a kid, you have this ego about you, you know.
Yeah.
But I just felt like, man, I sold all these tickets, I should have more songs. And he's like, no, nobody want to hear that. All right then. Well, let's do this. And then after that, I was like, man, I don't want to make music with this guy no more. And I was just like feeling ugly, just feeling away. But we're cool now, you know. We understand what's going on and all that. Like if I had my mindset right now, I'd be all good with it. Just be like, man, next time you gotta step up and help me. Then we did another show after that. That was the Bone Thugs, and it was on 420 in Sioux City.
That's lit, dog.
That shit was lit, but what wasn't lit is when the Bone Thugs was on stage. I was so drunk. I was like, "Hey, when's the Bone Thugs get on?" And it was already on stage.
Damn, dog.
Yeah, that was ugly. We came out. Our show just didn't work because he put it in wave format. So what they did is I think it was third on stage, and they just started playing beats, and me and Marlon was just freestyling on stage. We was the only two artists there that was freestyling on stage because we didn't have our show disc. It was in a different format, but it went okay. Everybody cheered. Everybody got loud. It was in the back of a bar that had a little stage. It was dope. But the little white one was actually better. That stage was tall. It was probably like a 5-foot stage. Like, it was up there. That was a pretty cool experience. We don't have any pictures from the Bone Thugs. Time we opened up for Bone Thugs, actually. I don't know why, but we have pictures of when we was opening up for Lil White, and that's what Marlon has that picture as his flyer for his show he's got coming up October 11th at Whiskey Dicks. And yeah, that's how those shows went. Our actual first performance was when we was like freshmen in high school. We was at this formal dance, and we was like had like tuxedos on and shit, and they made us go up and rap. Like, ever since we start rapping in middle school, they would always fucking make us rap. Like, when I was a freshman in high school, assembly, everybody, all the kids, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, all of high school was there. And then there was this fighter named Houston Alexander. He was a DJ in Omaha. He was there. They had this little fun event going on, and then he said, "Who can rap?" Then all of my classmates was pointing at me, Joe.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
can rap. You can rap. And I was like, red. I was like, no, I can't. Fuck that. What you mean? Then they made me go down, and I rapped in front of my whole fucking school when I was a freshman in high school. That wasn't fun, but it was a good experience.
I was lit, dog. Fuck yeah. Hey, man.
Yeah, we had.
So, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, we had a couple other shows after that. But could I say something real quick?
Yeah, big dog. Like go ahead. We got a bunch of time.
I just want to say, R.I.P. Johnson White. That's one of my buddies that I made music with in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and a little bit in 14. Like, he passed away in 2017, but we had this little project called Hits from the Gas Mask, and shit, man, I just want to say R.I.P. Johnson, man. He was one of my good friends before he passed. Or like we didn't really get to know each other till like later on in his life, and we was real good friends. And I just want to say R.I.P. him, and yeah, I just I just felt like I was leaving him out because like he's one of the stories in my, or he's one of the people that is involved in my story of an artist. You know, he was there through the worst times. Actually, 2012, I was at his house every day. Actually, we got into that car wreck together. It was me and him in that wreck. So yeah.
Damn, dog. Say my condolences out to the family and everything. Sorry about your loss, big dog. Man, that's crazy. So let me ask you this, big dog.
Sorry, bro. I also want to say R.I.P. 20 Twin.
Yeah,
that's the guy I lost this year too. He was the guy that got me into music, actually, or got me believing that I could start making music as a Native American artist. Yeah, sorry.
That's great. No, you're good, big dog. You're good, man. Man, so let me ask you this, big dog. Since you got a big catalog, you know what I mean, start to rebuilding your portfolio. Would there be a chance, if it's recommended, dog, that you be wanting to do like a live performance on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, any live stream platform?
Yeah. I'm down to do that. Hell yeah, I'm down to do that. I don't have no stage jitters anymore, or Nothing like that. I think it's all about humility. Like, you just gotta look at yourself as just like another human being. And everybody wants to be nervous about being on stage, but really it's just hanging out with other humans.
Right, dog. Hell yeah, homie. So, man, let me ask you this, dog. What are your favorite collabs so far?
My favorite collabs, people that I made music with.
Yeah.
Shoot. I'm trying to think. There's a Lost that I had. It was with 20 Twin, the only one that I ever made with him. And then one of my cousins, he's my little Dega, and then actually to say it properly is Tega. I don't know if it's Tega or Dega, but that's uncle in Winnebago, Ho Chunk, where I'm from. And he had this talk box because he loved Zapp and Rogers, and so we had actual live talk box on that song for the hook. And then in 2012, when I was all crazy and shit, I wanted to do this little event where it's like, I actually still have flyers of it, but it never came through, man, because I was just all fucked up and drunk all the time. Like, people thought I was really going to do it, but they had me sit in a meeting with a lot of tribal leaders in a tribe. And they was like, okay, so what are we going to do? I was like, is this like a talent event or a talent show? I was like, nah, this ain't no talent show. These are real artists I'm bringing to you, and we're about to fuck up the world. But that was just me being delusional and fucked up in the head. But all of them tribal leaders, they all liked what I had to say, and I played that song for them. I was like, this isn't no talent show. This is some real shit. And I played that song, and that song's actually lost forever, which is sad. But it was me, 20 Twin, and my cousin Tunny. His real name is Craig Cleveland, which my middle name, the reason why my rap name used to be JC is because I'm named after my Dega Craig, which is his son is Tunny, and they're both Craig. That's what my middle name is. And yeah, he was on there doing the talk box, like a real live talk box, like fuck auto-tune. This is talk box with a piano and shit. And then that's one of the collabs that I really care for, that I wish that I could have back. And then like all of the hits from the Gas Mask collabs that I made with Johnson, I love them ones. Them ones were all good ones. And shit, I can't even think of Native Mind. I had this one called actually it's on my SoundCloud. It's called Murda, Murda, featuring Native Mind. It's a pretty good fucking song. Shout out Native Mind. I don't think he has a SoundCloud, but I have 2 collaborations with him, but our latest one sounds pretty dope. I made it this year actually. And then that was the very first time I made a collaboration where I sent him the email and he sent it back. And then we went through emails. I never had a other collaboration with where it just involves emails like that.
That's dope, dog. Hell yeah. So let me ask you this, big dog. If you could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Shit. That's a pretty good question. There's so many, man. There's just like so many.
Top 5, big dog.
Say top 5. I'll probably say shit. I'll probably say Twin, Johnson, Native Mind, Mob Scene, and Tommy Blaze, man.
Hell yeah, big dog.
I fucks with them guys, man. Like 100%, man. Like I wouldn't change anything, man. You know what I mean? Then them guys are here, man. Then that's just. I don't want to think too outlandish because I don't know these other people. You know what I mean? Like everybody in the industry or whatever.
Yeah,
I know these guys. Like to collaborate with people, I had to like just hang out and talk to them, have a conversation with them. But yeah, those are my top 5.
All right, big dog. So let me ask you this, man. So for any upcoming artists in your tribe, man, or any Native American by that, what would be the best advice you could give them, dog?
Just I'll probably say just don't take it personal, man. You share your music. There's not going to be a lot of people that are going to react to it at this moment in time until you could get a good marketing strategy down. So even if you get that down, even at that, don't be mad if it's not the best outcome of what you think it is. When I say don't take it personal, I mean it in terms of don't let it affect your living life. Don't let it fuck with you on a daily basis. Music is fucking awesome, but it's not your life. Your life is your life. You got to live your life the way that it needs to be lived. You can't let this music interfere with your life. So don't take it personal. Just do it the way you do it. You know, just like playing video games or just like working out or whatever, hanging out with friends. Just keep it at that. Don't let it fuck with you because it will fuck with you and it will drive you into a place you don't want to be. So just take it as something that you do for fun and let it be fun. Don't ever take it personal. That's just what I want to say. Because I did take it personal at one time and it fucking sucks. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, big dog. So, favorite quote or favorite bar you ever spit on the mic?
Favorite bar I ever spit? I'll probably say this bar was before its time, man. I spoke this shit in 2012. I said, because you know how people talk about mac and cheese, macaroni noises and shit?
Yeah.
But that wasn't even relevant at the time of this bar. But I was listening to this shit with one of my homies, Willie Boy, and I was like, oh, holy fuck, I said this shit in 2013. Yeah, 2013. I said, easy mac and cheese to these bees, please believe. Oh, wait. Easy mac and cheese to these bees, please believe. No. Okay. Easy mac and cheese to these bees, please be beneath the perception of what you expected. Human being to human being, so I stay respected.
Oh, yeah, dog.
Yeah. That was in one of the songs I recorded on Dion's studio, 20 Twin studio. He showed me all that shit. He showed me everything, man. I wouldn't even make.
Go ahead, big dog.
I wouldn't even be making music if it wasn't for 20 Twin.
Oh, yeah. He's a legend, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what's up, man. Big salute. So, man, what do you do outside of music? If you weren't doing music, man, what would OG BAE be doing?
I'd probably just be working out. Oh, shit. I'm not even working out right now. What would I be? I'd probably be drawing. I like to draw, and I like to make art. I'd probably just be drawing a lot. I should start drawing again, though, because I haven't been. Really? Yeah, I can't think of anything other. I think I'm just like supposed to be making music. This is the way it's supposed to be, I guess.
Hell yeah,
it's kind of like that thing where people talk about past artists and artists of today. Like if they were matched up at their time, like, oh, this artist ain't good as that artist, you know?
Yeah.
In this time, no, you can't ever say that because they were at the greatest at this time, and then the artists in the past were the greatest at their time. So you gotta realize greatness, and you also kind of gotta look at your life like that. Like you can't look at it another way. Like if you wouldn't be doing this. Oh shit! There's a big ass spider crawling towards me. Damn, bro, there's been a lot of spiders out lately. I'm in my garage actually, but yeah, I think I'll probably just be drawing or doing some other art form. But I don't see my life without music ever. It's just always been there. I love listening to it and appreciating all what's out there today.
Hell yeah, big dog. That's what's up. So, man, what is the best advice you've been given? Like, what's the best advice anyone's given you, dog?
I think just the way that you exert your energy. Just make sure you exert your energy, because that could lead to depression. Like when people get sad and stuff, or depressed, or anxiety, or anger, it's all just energy. You just got to release it in a way where you could just talk to somebody, or work out, or maybe draw something, or write something down. You can't just sit and be stagnant. You got to get up and move and evolve past what you feel. So it's like the law of energy. Just be able to use your energy for good, because I think that's what depression could be. Like, there's a lot of people that get on depression medication, but once they're off it, they're still depressed. You gotta fix that within yourself and use that energy that your body gives you, because there's a reason why it's giving you that energy, because it needs you to move forward and not stay stagnant and stay stuck in a place where you're at. And that was Emily's uncle, Bobby, OG Bobby Johnson. Yeah, he talked to me about that, and I that's probably the best advice recently, anyway.
Hell yeah, big dog. So, final words, man.
My final words. I just want to say, man, I got a lot of love for your podcast, bro. This shit is lit, man. Just want everybody to stay positive to these times, because these are really fucked up times. Don't be fucked up because the world's fucked up. Be great because the world ain't. That's all I want to say.
Hell yeah, big dog.
Yo.
So big shout out to OG BAE. Go follow him. Go stream his music on SoundCloud. And you already know what this is. This is Strictly for the Music podcast.
I want to say I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. I love all my babies. Hey, I love my family. Love everybody. That's all I want to say. All right.
All right, man. This is Strictly for the Music podcast.